Hello guys, it's been a week. I accidentally deleted my YouTube channel on Thursday for kind of a silly reason. I was trying to delete like a completely other YouTube channel that's associated with the same email that I use for this channel, and it accidentally deleted both of the channels. Luckily, I was able to reinstate this channel just because there's like a Google recovery thing. I just kind of I guess don't have access to a lot of my comments. A few of them got deleted. I don't have a sword on me. No! Man. Oh, I do have a sword on me. Well, that probably could have been avoided. Oh, that's so sad. I'm gonna cheap out on the sand here. It's also, I guess, not the best idea to be out doing this at nighttime. Yeah, I lost, I guess, some comments. I'm not really sure. I also don't know if I have a profile picture anymore. So, yikes. Silly me, being just a silly guy. I'm gonna light up over here. Just, anti-creeper infrastructure. Okay. So the reason why I was deleting my other channel was so that I could make a new channel, because I had uploaded it I'd uploaded like one video a while ago on that channel, and I didn't feel like using that same channel to upload I guess the word is like talking head videos. I essentially what I did was I made a yapping video like this, but I did it in front of like a real camera. So, that's why I was trying to, use an old, or repurpose an old channel, but I eventually just made a new email for that. And I'll throw the video down in the description. It kind of functions as I don't know if face reveal is the right word, but it has my face on it. So, and there you go. So, something, I guess. If you've listened to any of my videos, it's really all like already said, regurgitated information. So, awkward. It's something that I'm trying to overcome my fear of, is being in front of a camera. Like, I love talking into a microphone, but when I'm talking into a microphone and a camera, then it's like actually scary. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel very uncomfortable doing it. And so because it aligns with my goals, I want to get better at doing that so I can make like actual, I don't know if I would call them deep dives, essentially videos where I just talk about a lot of my passions in depth. So that's something. Like I found a random it's a hypnotizing book. It's a hypnotism book that has some information on how to hypnotize yourself, and I kind of want to try it. I have maybe read the first couple paragraphs and was like, oh, this is too fun. So I'll do that. Yeah. Word summary, guys. I also put my hair up. Actually, that was yesterday that I did the video and deleted my channel accidentally, because today's Fridays. I record these on noon on a Friday. So that's something. I just have it at a consistent time on a consistent day. Sorry, I'm just kind of wandering around. I don't know what to do during nighttime. I think I'm going to keep working on the paths, and that means I'm going to go harvest some gravel, I guess. That just means I can time my actually taking my meds better, because that's something I'm pretty bad about doing. And, they help me actually be coherent and function like a regular person. I don't know. A regular person as in what society expects of us. I kind of my own personal headcanon is that like neurodivergency only exists because we have built a society around how most people's brains work. And so realistically, if you don't have to, be or have a job or go to school, neurodivergency is like normal. Like it's not something that would negatively impact you, but that's also just not based in like anything. That's just kind of what I think as a person, so take that for what you will. Wait, no, I'm making shovels. That could have been awkward. I have quite a list of topics because it's been a week since I've recorded this. I actually recorded a yapping video on Wednesday and was too incoherent to publish it. It was just like 30 minutes about, whatever. The reason why I was too incoherent actually segues into the fun story about what happened this week. I would say probably 4 days of this week, I just have completely blacked out and don't remember. I kind of was extremely sleep deprived, and the reason for that was I was trying out this fancy thing called polyphasic sleep, which is something I had been not tracking, or it's something that I've thought about before a lot, because there's all these mentions of like second sleep or whatever in a lot of historical texts, where people would fall asleep, wake up for a couple hours, and then fall back to sleep. Or at least from what I know as a relatively uneducated person on the topic. But I have been interested in polyphasic sleep because it's like, okay, they're maximizing REM while minimizing other phases of sleep. And so one night, actually, this is really funny. I accidentally stayed up till 6 a.m. one night, and then went to bed, woke up at like 2 p.m. and this is a little bit silly. From a bloody nose. Like I woke up pretty late into the day only because of a bloody nose. And then after that, I went to bed at like 10 p.m. So I had only been awake for like 8 hours. And this isn't polyphasics. I haven't gotten to that yet. And then I woke up in the middle of the night at like 2 or 3 a.m. from another bloody nose. So my bloody noses were like 12 hours apart. And then when I woke up at like 2 a.m. from the bloody noses, I get a lot of bloody noses. I kind of try to avoid blowing my nose in the morning. Just, oh ho ho ho, sweet, jackpot, literally. I decided, I'm awake at like 2:30 in the morning. I'm just, gonna try out doing, I forgot what the technical, the schedule is, but you basically have 4 hours and 30 minutes of sleep, and then you take 2 naps throughout the day. And so that's what I was like, I'm going to try doing this because sleeping already is something that I'm horrible at. And so I did that for about 3 days, just using like video games to keep myself awake so that I could like adapt. And because like if I essentially, even when I'm normally sleeping like on a regular sleep schedule, to lay down is to fall asleep. That's kind of how brutal it is for me. Like if I laid down right now, I would probably fall asleep. Anyways, well, probably not right now because I have stimulants helping me out. What was I saying? Oh, it's probably daytime actually. So I did that for about like 3 days, essentially just sleep depriving myself, trying to squeeze out REM sleep, because and this is not medical advice. Please actually don't do this. Not only is it quite possibly very bad for you if you don't have like some underlying neurological condition that this works perfectly for you. It can like ruin your sleep schedule for the rest of your life. It can also just not work because a lot of people have like responsibilities in the real world to do real things, and that means like going to bed at, you know, I don't know, sometime before midnight and waking up at like 8 a.m. or like typically, give or take a few hours on either end. Oh crap. I don't want to. I don't. That's so many leaves. I'm gonna burn these leaves. Somebody, actually, a pretty cool person in the comments suggested burning leaves. It's somebody from the good old days, the Mormon video. I don't like this area for a path actually, because I would be coming off and then turning a little bit. You know what? Let's do that. This is fun. Okay, sorry, my mind blanks when I build. How about, yeah, we can just do like a little offshoot, or it grows littler, because it has to be in line with the nether portal, I think. Anyways, what I was saying is that, so I basically sleep deprive myself for a couple of days on the idea that your body will eventually adapt to sleeping like that, and your sleep cycle will start getting a lot more REM out of like less sleep, and I guess that's the good thing that they're going for. I don't really know. I don't like this path. Wow, I wasn't expecting it to be this bad. You know what? We're keeping it. I stand by this. Who needs to make good things? Gotta be comfortable being bad at things. Sorry, I have to get away from the nether portal because it ruins my audio. Alright, so I did that for 3 days, maybe. I honestly cannot remember. And I basically have blacked out all of those 3 days. Like, I don't remember what I did. I don't remember if I really ate. It was not a good idea, especially because I like have chronic illnesses like type 1 diabetes, and also just I already have sleep problems. I guess the idea was that since I have sleep problems, this could possibly work for me. Anyways, I realized that it totally does not work for me. At least the schedule I tried to follow. It was completely unsustainable because I enjoy the feeling of sleeping. Like, I may dislike having to go to bed, but it's something that I realized essentially going without any real sleep makes me a lot less happy. Like, purely just because sleeping is just something that's fun, I guess. I don't really know. Man, do I not like this. I think I need to increase it a little bit. Maybe that would help. Why is this killing me? I think that looks better. But, okay, wait, I got this. Sorry, I can't really build and talk at the same time, so kind of a no-go in that department. All right. Kind of like starting to angle it, maybe. That looks horrible. Okay. I'm done with that. I can't think about that anymore. I do have to make another shovel. So that whole sleeping thing was really not the best idea for me. But I am glad I at least tried it, although I actually don't recommend trying it at all. Like, I don't know. It could have like serious health complications for a lot of people, but I mean, like, who knows? Anyways, so even then, with a couple days of the week just like completely, I don't remember them, I still have like so many things that I wrote down. Like I think like last week I wrote down like 2 things. This week I have 6. I have 6 things written down because immediately after the last video I recorded, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about AI voice dub things. It's so weird. About a month ago, one of my friends who knows of this channel, like a real life friend, was like, dude, did you know that your videos have like AI dubbed over in different languages? And like, that's all fine and cool. It's just not out of like any anti-AI sentiment, even though I really dislike AI in general. I just kind of don't vibe with like an AI voiceover for a different language. Which, I mean, I guess if people really want that or people really like that, I'll go turn it back on, but I'd turn it off because it's just not really something that I like. Not to like gatekeep my channel to people who don't speak English, but I just would rather not have like AI dub over my videos. Although it is like one of the cooler uses of AI to increase accessibility to a lot of things. I just not a big fan of it for me personally. I can see a kind of more valid argument for it, but you know, oh well. Words. Wow. Oh, wait, I forgot to talk about this. So, I went to Winco. I don't know if I'm pretty sure Winco is not in the rest of the world. It's pretty sure it's just an America thing. And I just went to Winco because, you know, my parents were shopping and I just sometimes feel like tagging along running errands with my parents because they're pretty cool people. Actually, surprisingly getting old. Like, I'm a pretty young guy, but I'm the youngest sibling, so my parents have been around for a while. I've got a few siblings. Anyways, so I tagged along to Winco just to walk around and, you know, do something. And this is actually what gets me and what set me off into like a spiral, and is half of the reason why I made that like real life talking video with like my face and stuff. Is that I was walking in an aisle, you know, helping my parents run errands, and there was I think it was a staff member or worker who was like, "Oh, I like your hair," and I did not recognize that this exchange had happened until I was all of the way down the aisle, like completely so far removed from this person, and I realized, wow, I probably just like ruined that person's day. Because like, I guess there are some people that they can just dish out compliments to random strangers pretty easily, but that's like a very difficult thing. And then for it to seem like the person just completely ices you, that's like even worse. And so I just kind of felt like a lingering sense of social inadequacy after that, because like I completely iced the person unintentionally. So I feel bad about that. And it kind of left me to think, wow, every single time that has ever happened to me, which is a surprising amount of times, not necessarily the hair compliments, because oh boy, I used to rock a buzz for quite some time, and then I like grew it out a little bit when COVID started, and then I fully started growing it out when I hit my rebellious teenager phase. Well, no, I was in my rebellious teenager phase much longer before that. I was at a coffee shop like during lunchtime, just talking with a friend. Pretty sure we were just talking about like theology, because the guy is like a pretty cool non-denominational Christian, and I just enjoy hearing what people have to say. Like, one of the most valuable things in life is hearing somebody's opinions and discussing back and forth, like in person, not just seeing them in person, but also like in person on kind of an emotional level, face to face with them. Like, you can be in person debating with somebody else, like say if you went to a college campus and you were recording your debates with people in person for social media, that's an in-person debate, but like it's not emotionally in person, if that makes sense, which I guess might not make very much sense at all. But I enjoy the person-to-person debate. Anyway, so I was getting coffee, and I was just wearing pajama pants, because like, who wears real clothes, especially at lunchtime, you know what I mean? I kind of only take care of myself when I am for sure going to be perceived. I don't know. That's a whole other tangent. Also, there's like 2 iron veins here. What the heck? Wow. Okay. So, I was at the coffee shop wearing some pretty cool pajamas, if I say so myself. And this person just completely walks past and was like, "Hey, nice pants." And I was like, "Wow, that's a really nice compliment that I did not even register that it happened." Maybe this is like a universal human experience, but my brain just doesn't work that fast. And so it takes me like 20 minutes to realize, so if anybody has some actual advice on that, that'd be pretty cool. Because that's something that's plagued me for almost my whole life, is just social inadequacy, or just, I don't know if that's the right word. I'm an alright person. I mean, I'm kind of awkward in social settings, obviously. I think most people are. The people who aren't are like actual psychopaths. It's just, it gets to the point where I just kind of miss a few things, and I feel like that can sometimes be perceived as some like jackassery for people. I was trying to find more gravel veins, but it did not give me any, so that's kind of awkward. I'm going to head up and probably harvest some more wood if it's daytime. There's not going to be really much that happens in this video, so I'm pretty sorry about that. I just would like to resource grind, essentially. I don't know what I'm going to title this video, actually. Maybe I title it, I accidentally deleted my YouTube channel. That'd be pretty cool. Because I think that's what I started the video out with. I do want to work on the lake a little bit for a second. Oh, I wish I had more gravel to do that. All right. Anyways, so after I was at the supermarket, I guess, did I explain that Winco is like a store where you buy things? I don't know if I did. All right, that's fine. I'm gonna make a dirt line, like, so I can get some grass over here at the lake because like if you have, I guess this is a beach, not a desert. Oh, that wouldn't make sense. Beaches wouldn't have grass or really very many plants because like, okay, this is fine. Beaches would have like maybe the most green they would have is like some mosses. I don't really know. Like I feel like a moss could grow on that rock. Wait, do can mosses survive very well in salt water? Probably, right? Because mosses were one of the first life forms to well, I'm pretty sure in terms of plants colonizing the land, it was first like please correct me on this. It was like first kind of a sludge, like a film of cyanobacteria that just got sprayed on the land. I don't know exactly the method that they arrived on the land for. That happened for like, I don't know, billions of years. Because cyanobacteria, that's probably 1.5 billion years ago. Cyanobacteria are the bacteria that evolved like photosynthesis. And I'm pretty sure that they are the bacteria that like they are the cellular life form that was eaten up and they became the chloroplasts in like endosymbiosis. But please somebody correct me on that because I'm definitely saying something wrong. Endosymbiosis isn't just like there are like the mitochondria in literally all of our cells is the place where ATP gets formed. It's actually a really cool process. In very oversimplified terms, we are essentially converting one energy source into another energy source. So we take glucose and perform glycolysis on it to get like a primitive amount of like not a primitive, just like a very low amount of ATP, but then we turn is it pyruvate that comes off of glycolysis? Please don't take this as fact. But pyruvate is the byproduct of glycolysis, and it then gets like oxidized. Essentially, what happens is glucose gets broken down into like a 4-carbon, maybe it's 4-carbon. Essentially, a lot of processes happen, I think 2 processes, until the Krebs cycle, which is where what was once glucose gets bound. No. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to remember like AP biology. Oh my goodness. Is Rubisco Krebs cycle? That's totally Calvin cycle, right? Essentially they extract like they get electrons out of the glucose eventually and turn it they store it in like NADH and just basically molecules that act as like almost a battery for a charge that are then used to the best way to explain it is like pump some hydrogen ions. So essentially they're just a proton, because that's really all hydrogen is a proton and an electron, and then you take away the electron and it's just a proton, but it's also a hydrogen ion. They pump that using the energy that they got from the glucose to one side of the cell membrane, and essentially they're building up a dam and a reservoir, or dam or a reservoir, and then they use that like concentration gradient energy to that energy that comes from it to essentially forcefully bind a phosphate to ADP, which ADP is the byproduct of using ATP. So when your body uses ATP, like, I don't know, opening like a channel, like a cell wall channel, it turns into ADP, so adenosine diphosphate. It's essentially adenosine plus 2 phosphates. So adenosine plus 3 phosphates turns into adenosine plus 2 phosphates, and then there's just a phosphate group floating around. And what happens in the mitochondria is they take that phosphate and rebind it back. So it's the powerhouse kind of the cell. It's more like your body is just converting energy sources. I really don't know what I want to do. Like, I'm kind of gravel locked. I want to find more gravel. I do want to add another rock though. Maybe right here. Just a little rock guy. That was probably a bad explanation. Anyways, your mitochondria has DNA separate from like the rest of your body, and also has a second cell wall. Like, you get your mitochondrial DNA like solely from your mother or something. Like, it's just passed on differently. And so those signs, those like clues in the life form, scientists, like biologists, were like, maybe there's, I guess, something more to this, where possibly this could have been two organisms, one cell ate another cell, if that makes sense. So like oh my god, I'm explaining this horribly, aren't I? Yeah, okay, so endosymbiosis is essentially the theory that we got eukaryotic cells, complex cellular life, but from one cell eating another cell, not digesting it, and instead working with it, and reaping the benefits of it. Oh my goodness, this all started from whether or not mosses would work here, because then I got started on cyanobacteria. Oh, this is really when I know the medicine has fully kicked in. I don't like that. Don't like that one bit. Maybe I just didn't like that position for the cobblestone. I'm trying to just spruce up a lake here. I don't know what I would put in the gap here. I feel like some green thing would be nice. You know what? Let's just bring over grass anyways. This is fine. Sorry for the intense yap session. Okay. Bring in grass from there. Do I have any closer grass sources? Definitely not. Yeah, I don't think I can get grass any quicker than here. Alright, that's fine, I guess. It's gonna be a while until the grass spreads. I don't even know if grass can. I'm pretty sure it can spread in this version. Let's see what other resources I have to kind of spruce up this lake. Like maybe we get some sugarcane in here if sugarcane exists yet. Or wait, if sugarcane exists, I don't know what word I was really going for. Yeah, we don't have a lot of things to work with. Maybe throwing in some different colored stone and some gold under the water could be cool. Then I'd have to kind of increase the size of this rock if I'm having that stone outcropping there. Okay, let's take a look at this and see what we can change. I kind of want to taper in the walls here. Okay, just to give it a less boxy shape on the end. Kind of a little bit more oval-y. Yeah, that's the word. That's totally, definitely the exact word that I was looking for. Oh my goodness, I actually have hit a lot of talking points so far. I'm actually pretty proud of myself because usually I just kind of don't, I guess. That looks weird. Okay, that looks a bit better, but I still don't like this edge here. I can probably change it by... Nah, I don't like it, but I don't really have anything to do about it yet. Yet is yet the right word. What am I doing? Also, is it reasonable that the best or the biggest rock would be facing the ocean? Also, I don't know if this is actually an ocean. This could just be a large lake, and I would not be able to tell because I can't really see. Alright, I'm gonna go back down into the mines. Maybe kill this pig first, because food. Okay, I probably could have cooked that, but, 1.5 hearts was good enough for me to add to my thing. Am I... Oh yeah, I'm getting audio. I forgot about the whole steps thing, I guess. Okay. Going a little bit crazy. Oh, okay. There was like a book sale. It wasn't like thrifting. It was like a library was selling some of their books. And so I went and I bought some, and they were like $1 or $2 per book, which is like, that's good. I enjoy sifting through a lot of books like that and finding hidden gems. And I found this is kind of exactly what I do when I thrift books. It's very fun just looking through piles of books and finding ones that interest me, I guess. So I found like a Sitting Bull book, like the Lakota? Don't quote me on that. The really, really famous Indian chief from, I don't know, the 1800s. I learned about him in like, I guess this isn't really, you probably don't know of him if you're like outside of the US, because like, why would you learn about that in the US? Huh. I kind of have to like remember that I live in a very US centric world, even though I kind of don't want to. And a lot of other people don't. Oh, I see gravel at the end here. That's huge. I should have gone through this earlier when I needed the gravel. So I live in a pretty US-centric world because I live in the US, and it's like one of those things where I have to like remind myself that not everybody does that, because it's just, I grew up with it. Why was I trying? Dude, I was actually trying to make a shovel in my inventory. I'm losing it. You know what? Let's go. Yeah, let's do a, what are these called? Crafting tables. That's what they're called, obviously. Huh, why wouldn't I know that? I don't think items have like their names above them until like beta 1.2 or some beta version. So I started rocking in my chair, which is, I have my arm on like tight up to my torso, and so when I was rocking, my arm was also feeling the movement, so that's why I was going like, I guess it wasn't rocking, it was more swinging my knees together and then back again. Do I have any coal down here? Probably not. Shouldn't have stashed all of my coal upstairs. It's just bad lighting. Oh well. That's fine. Oh yeah, so I found the Sitting Bull book and a couple others. I don't really remember them. It was just like a fun activity. A lot of Shakespeare books, actually, which I actually really have never been a big fan of Shakespeare. I had to read Hamlet. Hamlet. Yeah, that's the word that's the book I'm looking for. Play that I'm looking for that was transcribed into a book, but there's like 3 different versions, and one of them is like obviously wrong. It was totally transcribed by like some probably an actor in the play who just rewrote it from memory afterwards. At least so said my AP Lit teacher. I actually dropped out of, I took AP Lit junior year of high school, and I don't know if our APs a thing in like outside of the United States of America. I don't really know, if I'm being honest, but essentially an AP class is just a harder, more rigorous class, and at the end of it, you take a very difficult test, and basically whether you get college credit or not is solely dependent on how well you do on that test. So it's like pretty scary for a lot of people, I guess. And I dropped out of AP Lit, so like AP Literature, because the teacher was just not really doing anything. Like we just kind of like read books. in a literature class, we read books. Crazy, am I right, guys? So I dropped out, still took the test, and I passed the test. I got a 5, which is the highest score that you can get. Not to like toot my own horn, but why do I keep saying toot my own horn? I said toot my own horn in an interview like a month ago, and I've been saying it like ever since. So blame, I guess, a month ago me. Blame past me for this. Present me had nothing to do with it. I forgot to place a torch there. Okay. I really like this mine shaft. It's got good vibes to it. All right. Maybe I just like take a little bit of a breather, a brain break. I've done a lot today. I actually ate food today, which I did not do yesterday. Yesterday I had half of a muffin, and yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was, I don't know, the words aren't coming to me. Actually, a little bit of a side tangent here. There's a YouTuber that I enjoy watching, and actually what's crazy is that I played beta Minecraft, I would say maybe a year or 2 ago is when I came across a pretty cool channel, and it was like 10 something tricks or whatever on playing beta, and it's just a YouTube video that I watched, and then like a year or 2 later, I'm really fuzzy on the timeline. I just am not good at remembering timelines. Words. I was watching a video, and it was actually the same person. Like I looked at the videos on the channel because I was interested, and I had watched that video, and it's like, oh wow, that's actually pretty cool. He just plays, I'm pretty sure I've talked about it. It's I guess it's not Frost Bucket anymore. It's Frost Duck. Frost Duck Galaxy, actually, because galaxies are cool. Anyways, what was that? What was I? Oh, so I enjoy watching his videos, and he's seen, I guess, a few of mine. A lot of mine, apparently. So that's pretty cool. And he was talking about how I am able to sit down and yap for a while, because he just started doing videos where he talks for a while, which, I mean, like, are the best kinds of videos, in my opinion, in terms of videos that I like to watch, and also videos that I enjoy making. These are I enjoy making the videos I like to watch, and I like watching these types of videos. There we go. That's a good way to explain it. I struggle a lot for words, is what I'm trying to get at here. Like, these videos are only possible because of so much time that I spent in the beginning, kind of spending an hour talking and getting 15 minutes of usable words out of it, because I would stutter, I would stammer. What words am I looking for? Those probably adequately explain it. I would not be able to find the words, if that makes sense. And this is something I struggle with still. It's just something I've really been proud of myself on improving on. Like, to put it into perspective, I have really struggled my entire life with words. I kind of don't speak a lot in real life speaking, because it's just really difficult to find words. So I'll just kind of like stay silent, which is a good thing. Like, I think there is a genuine power to staying silent, and maybe that's just because I'm more of a silent guy, but I've noticed that as I become more and more, like, when I'm reserved around talking to people, and not reserved as in, like, I don't talk about cool things. It's reserved as in, like, I don't really say words. Like, that happened, I honestly don't know how long ago, in like a ceramics class I took in high school. I remember how I was talking about how bad I am with timelines. Yeah, I'm bad with understanding time, and I did not speak a lot. That's just because, I don't know, I had nothing really valuable to say. And then one day it was just like a group of people also doing pottery in my vicinity, and one day they were talking about the Egyptian pyramids, and like, I had literally just gone through a hyperfixation on Egypt, like, as a whole. There's the really cool king. Why am I building out of cobblestone there? There's a really cool king, like King Akhenaten, who tried to kind of turn Christianity into what am I looking for? It's not polyamorous or monogamous. It's the type of religion where you only worship one god. So I can't remember the word. Anyways, there's a really cool like period of Egypt where there's this weird king who did weird things. That was one of the things I hyperfixated about. Anyways, so these people were talking about like the Egyptian pyramids, and I just, started talking about it. And like, it's funny to me how surprised they were that I could like actually speak. I don't know where I was going with that story. I guess I found, as somebody who doesn't like speak a lot to a lot of people, which is something I need to work on, but I found that there are like actual like benefits, as opposed to not being able to stop talking. when I speak, instead of it being like nagging or annoying, I've noticed that like because I don't speak a lot, each word individually holds more, I guess. Huh. Yeah, I don't really know how to say what I'm looking to say. Oh well. That's fine. And yeah, back on topic, I've struggled speaking, and you can tell that it was a lot worse at the beginning. There were a couple videos where I cut out like maybe just 30 minutes straight because they were actually just incoherent 30 minutes. I don't like when I do that. When I like have one block and then I have 4 blocks adjacent to it but not diagonal. I don't like those vibes. I guess vibe might not be the right word. I'm just kind of trying to add some like weathered rocks here. Maybe they've got like, I guess what would make a rock purple? Iron would, I keep breaking the cobblestone because I mean to replace it with sand. Doesn't iron make rocks like red and orange? At least like if you have a clay body that's red, it definitely has like more iron in it or whatever. So I'm just kind of trying to apply that basic knowledge. I need to add some foliage, like I really do. I think I need sugarcane. I just don't know if it's in this version. So I'm going to walk around and hope to find some. Okay, anyways, talking about not talking or being bad at speaking, this whole YouTube channel is kind of a thing that I did sort of on a whim because I really enjoyed making YouTube channels a long time ago. But the process of like actually recording took so much out of me. Like it was just really difficult to speak for, you know, the basic reasons, just stuttering, tripping over my words, not finding the correct words to say, which is something I'm so much better at now. Anyways, well, not really better, but I just throw enough anyways at a sentence and a tangent, and I think it works out fine. That's my strategy. Who knows if it's going well. So when I started doing YouTube again after like a year, I really just wanted to learn how to speak. And what's actually funny is that I didn't really brand like the videos that I was trying to learn how to speak. A couple weeks after I started, there was somebody who did this whole thing where they were learning how to speak. I think their channel was Talking to Creepers, and for every like and they said, they would have to go and name tag a creeper, and they got like a lot of success because that's like a pretty cool twist. So that's a pretty cool channel. Maybe I should check, like I should look at their channel again because it's been a couple months. But yeah, I was just really trying to learn how to speak, and over the course of a month, I got so much better. And then what eventually culminated in becoming these videos was me. I did like a yapping for 30 minutes or whatever. And I went 30 minutes, no cuts or anything, no major cuts. I mean, I might have added a few in there just because like I had to go do something. I don't know. This erosion is so cool. What? Okay, negative 176, 737, or 373. Whoa, I'd completely mixed them up. This is so cool. What? It's like a eroded beach. That's awesome. It's no sugar cane, but it's awesome. Wow, there is just a, whoa. Dude, there's something. Alpha Minecraft with fog is just built different. I mean, yeah, it is actually literally built different. But so after being able to yap for 30 minutes, I was like, okay, wait, this is actually pretty cool. I went like essentially 30 minutes straight, just kind of speaking about whatever. And so I decided to do an hour and completely failed the hour. It was so much harder, and like I was less able to do it. That's totally the words I'm looking. There's like a small strip of desert. What the heck? Wait, I love this. Oh man. I actually, that just, I don't know why, but that put a huge grin on my face. Maybe I'll kill some of these pigs. Oh. Okay, well my sword broke. I think that's a sign that I shouldn't be killing pigs. Just punching sheep, obviously. And so after making that yapping video, I was like, wow, this is actually really hard, but it's something that I kind of enjoyed doing, and it was a skill I could see myself visibly, I guess audibly improving at. So I eventually decided to do like a yapping, primarily yapping videos, which originally were just because I wanted to keep making videos, and they were kind of, I don't know if I would say low effort, but they were less of a time investment. Oh no, it's becoming nighttime. Oh no. Okay. Gonna hide in a hole, because nighttime is actually the scariest thing ever. Alright. You know what? Let's make a little house in here. Okay. Whoa, I'm almost an hour in. Okay. Well, that's crazy. So I actually started out my YouTube channel by making a video every day for like an entire month, or 30 days technically. And so I was like, okay, for a lot of these videos, they're going to be like primarily yapping. Like I can't make every video have an insane amount of progress, because I would never be able to keep up at that point. And so then I decided after the 30 days is when, since I had gotten the beats down on making like some real videos, some like high effort videos, then that's when I would primarily shift to making those videos. And I didn't really do that because it was so much fun to sit down and talk, which is something that's crazy. Like, I realized that the days where I sat down and talked, or, you know, whatever, were just significantly better. Like, outside of Minecraft, I kind of get some semblance of, I don't know really what it is, what hole it's filling in my brain, but they just make me feel good afterwards. I don't know. They're fun to make. You know, I can just post them. I don't know. And then after that, I was like, okay, well, I'll still make some like decent videos that, you know, take quite a bit of effort, like the Blaze Farm one. That's like my magnum opus. So yeah. Anyways, words. Am I right, guys? I'm trying to make like couches. Maybe I don't do them like that, which is a shame for the amount of wood that I have. Maybe, yeah, no, this is fine. I'm making a little house in here because what else do I have to do? It's nighttime outside. Okay. I don't know if I already said that that's what I was doing, so sorry if I repeated myself. Do you know if there are paintings? There might be paintings in the game. Let's see. A painting, I think, is wool with sticks surrounding it. I have like no idea actually, Because isn't an item frame leather with sticks? Oh, yes. Wait. Oh, I love this. Okay. This is fun. I think I'm going to make the walls some planks. Yeah. Yeah. That's looking good. Okay, and then I'm going to make this wall like cobblestone, just to like spice it up, I guess. Because I guess, if you're looking at a wall, like in the real world, there's differences between the walls because they're like on different planes. So, wait, so like one wall, it would be slightly lighter or darker than the wall that it joins with on a corner, if that makes sense. So there's like some visual separation that I guess I didn't really get from wood on wood there, but that I might get from cobblestone on cobblestone here. Yeah, that's something. Anyways, so I was talking about a pretty long story. Well, I could have actually made it shorter if I was concise with my words, but you know, I've got all the time in the world. When I rush, I'm really only rushing towards my death. Anyways. So I kind of, not that I shifted away from making like long progress videos recently, it's that I realized I really enjoy making these types of videos, but I found that making them with like super high frequency doesn't feel super great. Do you think I have cobblestone floor like this? Maybe. So I decided to make a new world, in part because while I'm working on projects in my actual survival world, sorry, I kind of didn't fully say the word actual there. While I'm working on projects in my survival world, it's really difficult for me to like have some yapping videos. So I found that if I make a new separate world that's dedicated to yapping, and where I really only yap on it, then I'm able to work on projects in my world and not feel like I'm unable to make the kind of videos that I really enjoy. These videos, I mean, because, you know, I'm currently working on a literal actual other video, and yapping in the middle of that, like, okay, one video I just finished the Blaze Farm, and then I post a yapping video where I'm like doing something tedious, like placing ladders for a slime farm. It's like, if you watch them back to back, okay, what happened? There's like so much. It's not something that I want to do, essentially. So I decided not to do it. I made a separate world for talking, and I've actually come to really, really enjoy sitting down every week at Friday at noon, consistently sitting at and sorry, I'm moving my mic stand, and I think that you guys can hear it. Okay. I just gotta like reposition myself. It is so hot in my room. It got up to 80 earlier. I don't understand. Summer has just been not good. Alright, so these videos were kind of me being like, okay, I can make a 15-minute video here and there, or I can sit down and write a lot of things together and just make a long video. And then not only am I getting better at coming up with topics to yap about, because, okay, everybody is interesting. Everybody has interesting things about them. People who say that they're not interesting, it gets on my nerves, and I'm calling you out if you say that, you know. Because everybody's interesting. Everybody has something interesting about them. That's something I kind of firmly believe. Let's go something like this. And these yapping videos, the whole like ideating process, when I have something that comes to my brain or like some event happens, I write it down, and then it's in the back of my mind for a couple days until I make this video. And I have gotten so much better at coming up with actual things to talk about, and also talking about them. I mean, like, okay, I'm still not the best. It's one of my weak spots is making stories sound interesting. Like, there are some people that just the cadence that they talk makes you interested. I don't know if cadence is the right word, but think about like Vsauce. Vsauce is a great example of this, where just him talking is enough to get me interested in something. It's just the way that his voice works lures me into feeling interested. Also, it's daytime because the skeletons are burning. I'm gonna really quickly finish, not really thickly quinish. I think that's what I was trying to say. I'm gonna finish this house real quick and then we can go back outside. Maybe, ooh, getting fancy here. Okay. So, essentially, these videos have been very good for me. I enjoy doing them. And, I don't know, there's going to be some real videos that come out eventually, but I'm not really going to force myself to do it. No, I did not mean to, man. Okay. Like, there are times where I just really do feel like making videos, like the Blaze video. Oh man, that was so fun. The Silk Touch Fortune pickaxe. Oh man, that was awesome. I guess I can't really place it. I can't place the door on the crafting table, I don't think. That's cool. There we go. A cute little room. This spider's gonna kill me, isn't it? They don't lose aggro on people. I'd kind of be annoyed if I died. I can hear it. Where is it? Oh, it's up there. Okay, I'm just gonna run from it. Oh, it's on the trees. Okay. You know what? Maybe someday we'll find that again. I'm not even gonna look at my coordinates. I might just be going back the same way. Oh, man. Okay. I've officially lost that little hidey hole, so maybe in a year or two from now I'll come back on it and be like, wow, you know? Finding some lost bit of history that I made myself. These are some cool holes. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Waterfall. Oh my gosh. It's like an actual waterfall too. I guess it turned from like a fake waterfall, like the 1-block waterfalls, into actually a lot of water that's sprawled out. I don't think I'm gonna find sugarcane. This is killing me. Okay, I'm gonna find my way back to home, which is this way. And yes, I realized I was talking about not using coordinates like 20 seconds ago, and I was just like, I'm not going to never use coordinates. I just didn't want to know exactly where I put that little hidey hole, because that sounds fun. I don't know. Oh, this is like prime sugarcane area. I'm starting to believe sugarcane does not exist yet, though. Also, please, somebody tell me if I'm using yet wrong. I just keep saying it, and I don't know if it means what I think it means. Okay, I'm going to get back to the house, and that's when the episode is going to end, even though it's gone pretty long. Oh, there's a gravel beach, too. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Okay. It's so beautiful just walking through the Minecraft landscape. Who needs the real world when I can just experience trees and water through Minecraft? It's a joke, by the way. I really should spend more time outside. I'm kind of vitamin D deficient and have been for quite some time. That's fine. Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of like For a second, I thought that like the water like dropped off. It almost kind of looks like reflections here. Like this is getting reflected down there, but no, it's not. It's just the blocks below the water. Just fine, I guess. Oh, what I want to do, I don't know if it's possible to make it like look good in this version, but I think it would be fun to make like a water painting, not like a watercolor painting, as in like I take like a line and I build like some, like I terraform some stuff on the line. Is it this way? Okay, it is this way. We're gonna just travel through some water for a bit, I guess. I then sculpt the water below it to look like a reflection. Like essentially, if I were to do it right here, it would be making almost like a perfect mirror, but a little bit, probably a little bit stretched and distorted. And then it look like there's a reflection when I look at it from a specific angle. I think that could just be like a fun project to work on. I don't know if in this version or if I do that in like, I don't know, a different version. Is it becoming nighttime? I couldn't tell, because when it's becoming nighttime, the light levels like very incrementally, like harshly, I guess is the word I'm looking for, change. They lower like one, there's like 4 light values and they lower by 1 each time or something like that. Well, I think there's more than 4, but only like 4 are displayed. Lighthouse, guide me home. The lighthouse should be somewhere over here. Uh-oh. Do I have the wrong coordinates in my brain? I might actually. Oh yeah, oh sweet. I was a little bit off. I guess it's more like -30. I thought it was like -70. Thought it was like -75, -75. Oh, we're back. No sugarcane though, so I'm just gonna guess sugarcane is not in the game. And to get foliage, we're gonna want that grass to spread, and we can also do some like tree shenanigans where we dig a hole. Let's see if this will work actually. Okay. Do we have bones? Oh, who knows? I did not mean to do that. So we're going to dig a hole and then going to let that tree grow. Maybe I come in with some bone meal, if I have bone meal, if bone meal exists. I don't have bones, so maybe bone meal doesn't exist. So that tree might grow eventually, and then since leaves don't decay, also we don't have shears to get leaves. When it grows, I can just like hedge all of the leaves that I don't want to have, if that's a good explanation. And this should probably be enough, because look at this tree. There's 3 logs and then it spawns leaves. So maybe I don't have this dirt here, because okay, this might be able to spawn a tree, because there's 3 blocks just like that tree, and then it could spawn leaves up here, and then I just prune the leaves, and maybe I do this over here as well. Okay, and then we totally have to end the episode. I'm not gonna keep saying words. Okay, and I don't want to have those blocks there. I'm kind of guessing a 5x5 area for leaves to grow. So let's see if this works. If it does, we're so in the game. If it doesn't, I'll just figure out more things. But we did some good work on the pond here, did some occasional tree chopping and some mining, really just all around kind of a productive episode. I love that gold. Okay, I said I was going to stop playing. I have to stop playing now. I have to write down, because at the end I have a little notepad on my desk, or I guess not a notepad, it's a mini composition notebook, and I'll write down. Okay, so this video was an hour and about 17 minutes, because it took a while for me to start. Okay. Just so I can see how many topics I have, equating to the amount of time that I spend talking about them. Not like time per topic, but I feel like eventually it'll average out. Okay. Oh, we've done so much. I think this is the 6th episode, which means like 6 hours of these. Wow. Okay. Let me know if you guys want me to do like a compilation video. I don't know if that would make much sense, but I personally enjoy watching compilation videos. And I like making things that I myself would watch. But if you guys like don't want or want a compilation video, that'd be pretty cool. Also, I kind of want to make it seem like this isn't super still water. Like maybe something like flowing somewhere. I don't really know. Okay, I seriously have to go now. I don't actually have anything to do, but like I've been telling myself and telling you that I'm leaving. I just have to follow by that. Also, I hate ending an episode at nighttime, because then it starts at nighttime. Okay, fine.